Hi, it's Lana. So I said I would do a longer video that speaks to trusting the process when we don't know what's going on. And truthfully, this is common ground for most of us. The core truth is we really have no control over what is going on. We can be strategic, we can be intelligent, we can put things in motion, we can acquire skills and trainings and tools. Look both ways when we cross the street, and be careful to chew our food properly and swallow so that we don't choke. We do preventative things, we floss our teeth. Ultimately, though, we really don't know. So much of what we are experiencing in life on a day-to-day basis is a journey into the unknown, right? You can have your day mapped out for you, and yet, ultimately, something is going to come up that's going to cause you to pause and reflect or alter your course or kind of annihilate your course, and rapidly throw you in a completely other direction, and that's what disease is, that's what job loss is, that's what relationships that suddenly break down and your partner's like, I'm leaving you, and you're like, what? Where did this come from? This is where, financial loss, it shows up. These are those moments where life just whips you into a completely different state of reality. And as devastating and painful and shocking as these moments can be, ultimately over time, we learn how to meet these challenges, these unknowns, these boomerangs with a bit more grace. Otherwise, it hurts so much and the process is drawn out and you are raked through the gravel, like you're battered. So establishing that the truth is we don't know. We're doing the best we can to sort things out from a place of intelligence and awareness, proactive. We're showing up. We still don't know. So when we have invested a lot of our time and energy and life in a certain course of action, a certain relationship, a profession, habits, patterns, beliefs, and then we have this experience internally that something is being churned up, that you're being asked to question what you believe in, why you're doing what you're doing. Is it because of habit? Is it because of security, stability? Is it because it makes you feel important or valuable or loved? We grow and evolve. That is one of the gifts of being a human being and alive, is we're not stagnant, we're not static, and we are constantly shifting and growing and becoming different beings. And so there will come moments in our lives where maybe the relationship that we're in, be it an intimate or with a friend, just doesn't serve us the same way anymore. The heart isn't feeling as full. Maybe the energy of the heart feels a bit more dampened and you're not as inspired. And you've tried to work things out and communicate, and you've taken, again, right actions, right? This isn't about being passive and then just recklessly tossing things away. Maybe the job you're in just does not float your boat anymore. And it's still good work, but you're just not feeling the aliveness, feeling the call, feeling the urge, feeling the resonance, feeling the alignment. And so that's the same with food, music, scents, things that we want to see in our house, right? Sometimes you've got to paint the walls. Sometimes you've got to change the furniture. Sometimes you got to put some different music on. You're not in the 80s anymore. Mind you, there are some cool 80s songs. I just want to put that in there. But it doesn't mean that you're not evolving into the here and now and choosing sounds that can help to act as medicine for maybe where you're at psychologically or emotionally, something that you're working through. So change is a good thing. What can be very difficult, though, is finding the calm, finding that self-assurity when we are in that space of not knowing and trusting patiently in this process. You know, I referenced it as the gardener, being the patient gardener as you're watching your plot, you know, and maybe there is no sprouting going on, there is no activity going on in the here and now that we can see, and yet under the soil there is this gestation process happening, and there is an activation happening. There is a healthy amount of chaos so that transformation can happen and that power potential can be birthed. So for myself right now, considering that, 18 years into yoga and teaching it, and now I'm running teacher training programs, and I do public classes, I've had a studio. I'm actually sitting with, am I doing a service staying in this for everybody else if I am not fully in alignment with it? Or am I not feeling an alignment in a desiring way because how I teach, how I'm utilized is being altered. There's a metamorphosis happening. I know that there are deeper, ancient aspects of who I am that I've been cultivating over the last 10 years, which are much more shamanic, which are much more deeply rooted in the energies of the unknown. And so what I am sitting with and open to is how I teach yoga. Is that about to transform into something that merges those two pieces together? So I'm not only, teaching a Western version of yoga, but I'm teaching a traditional version of yoga, but also my own spin on what moves my soul. You see, this is what is important, is as we evolve, we need to be questioning why we're doing what we're doing and altering the how we're doing what we're doing so that we do continue to stay in that flow of inspired evolution. And be daring, be bold, be courageous, and harness the courage that says, when I marry more of me into what I offer in the world, that it will be well received and that there will be people who will align with it. So I share this with you because this is not my first journey, my first dip into this line of questioning. Being an entrepreneur now for, 25 years, I am constantly reinventing, recreating, and redefining who I am and how I show up. Because my dear, dear friends, the truth is, if we're not inspired, if we're not moved, we're not sending out a powerful, radiating resonance that's of heart and soul, we're not very compelling. We're not very attractive. That's just the truth of it. So get excited about your life. Get excited about what you're offering, what you're doing, what you're sharing. And please don't be afraid to question. And if you are in this transition and you really are needing some guidance oh, I would be delighted to help you out. I've been doing holistic coaching and soul coaching for, well, 16 years now. And I really do know that how I go through my own line of questioning with myself when I'm in these junctures, I'm coaching myself. I've worked with masterful, masterful teachers over the years. One in particular was being coached by some of Debbie Ford's teachers and coaches. And wow, that's all the shadow stuff, right? That's looking at those deeply hidden parts of us that hold us hostage. And so I am all about getting into the nitty gritty and getting dirty with you and getting into the soil. You know, let's dirty our nails. Let's get into what it is that we're most afraid of, so that we can find the grace and the ease and the beauty in the pause. And I really believe that in this moment, as I'm sharing that with you, I'm hearing it and I'm receiving it, to trust that my garden is growing and that there are going to be some gorgeous new flowers and plants that shoot up that I may have never seen before, and I'm going to be taken back. And there will be some familiar aspects of my garden. I'd love to guide you if this is something that you feel would be helpful. And otherwise, I encourage you, journal about your fears. You know, get that out of your head, because so much of our ability to almost paralyze our progression is because of the fear of the unknown that's stirring around, storming in our heads, which affects our hearts, which affects our receptivity, which affects our ability to align with our soul and our heart and that part of us that does know that all is going to be absolutely perfect. So you can check out more at lanaboyack.com. Otherwise, so much love to you all, beautiful beings. Thank you.